Good morning, Jeff Peterman here with you for another Sound Smart Second. Welcome to Conservator Nation on this beautiful Wednesday morning here in northern Indiana. Today, you might be able to tell by the title of this episode, we're going to discuss the horrible decision many of us will have to make going into the election here in November of whether we should be voting for an obnoxious guy, a pothead, or a murderer. I would say the murderer is out for me and anybody who calls themselves a conservative. The pothead apparently is a pick of I'm going to say ignorance from people who just don't know who this libertarian candidate is. Haven't researched how he feels on many issues pertaining to liberty and especially social issues. Any of you out there that call yourselves conservatives or liberty conservatives and are considering voting for Gary Johnson, I think that you just haven't done enough research to make an informed decision. And certainly Trump is not the perfect candidate either. So what happened? How did we get here? We had so many possible choices, a lot of them really great choices, and yet we find ourselves here at this moment with three really pretty awful choices to pick from. And, you know, I think that this is the fault of a corrupt government, a behemoth of a bureaucracy, and really a lack of trust of the American people that the government wants to do what's right for them. So what we're seeing right now is, I guess, the American people shooting themselves in the foot to try to make the government feel bad for how they've treated us. And I think that that's just plain not a good choice. So I don't know that there's much we can do at this point except for to write 2016 off. I certainly think that you shouldn't just not vote. I think that's a really poor choice. I personally am going to be voting for Donald Trump. I think that he is the lesser of the three evils, and I want my vote to matter in some way. I've considered putting Rand Paul's name down. I've considered putting Ron Paul's name down. But I just think in this situation, we have to make sure that we don't have a murderous, confirmation bias-laden, abortion-loving Clinton in the White House. It's just going to be awful for America. So, don't know if this is going to come up for many of you around the water coolers today, but if you start hearing people talking about what a great choice A, B, or C is, you need to be able to be informed to say, you know what, none of them are great at all. But here's the reason why I'm choosing this person. I think Gary Johnson and Donald Trump are probably the two people that most conservatives are going to be having to choose between. I have a hard time ever voting for somebody who is pro-choice in any way. I don't think that killing babies is ever appropriate. And so if somebody does, that goes into their decision quality, I think. But anyway, have a fantastic week, folks. We're at Hump Day here. Only a couple more days left, and we're on the 4th of July weekend. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon.